Listen, it's never too late to reinvent yourself or share your story. Never too late. Listen, speakers, this is public speaking tip number 35. We're going to do it. Here it is. Number 35. Practice, rehearse, repeat, and get good. You heard it. Practice, rehearse, repeat, and get good. But while you're at it, who's your coach? Who's your coach? 1 million people, baby. We're going to help you to transform the world. You know, if people heard your story, if they knew what you've been through in life, if they knew how hard your struggle was, how big the obstacles were in front of you, if they knew your story, their life would change. They'd stop feeling bad for themselves. They stop feeling like they can't do it. They'd stop feeling like other people are controlling their lives. You know, you could free them. I've read stories. I've read stories about people who worked on the Underground Railroad. They were leading people to a whole new life. And if you could share your story, not only would you be able to communicate in the boardroom, the bedroom, the back room, not only would you be able to sell your products and services with authority, you could transform lives. You could help people to go from point A all the way over to point B. They come back and they thank you. They do it all the time. Every time I speak, I have someone stand up. Occasionally I share the story. And you've heard a little bit of the story probably by now. But I share the story about 1984. When my mother was brutally attacked and stabbed by a home invader with a 14-inch long kitchen knife. Occasionally I share that story and I talk about the adversities that I grew up in. I grew up in a pretty bad life, alcoholism. I wasn't the alcoholic. I was too young. I wasn't the alcoholic, but I grew up in domestic violence. My dad was an abusive alcoholic. Abusive. He was crazy. My mom was stabbed almost, it looked like over 33 times she had been stabbed. I'd love to tell you the full story, but today I really want to share with you this idea. If people knew the challenges, if they knew the hurdles and the obstacles that you had to overcome to get where you are today, and if they knew how hard you're working and how you're investing in yourself to not only go from here, because you started here, and now you're here. But if you're watching me today, the game's not over. You're going to go way over there. You're going over there. And so you're going to tell them how you started here, how you're here now, and how we're going there, and higher. And we're going to tell them. And when they hear your story, they're going to be so inspired and so motivated. You see, we're going to make sure that your message is crafted perfectly for you. We're going to make sure that it's your stories. And here's how you make your stories better. Practice, rehearse, repeat, and get good. And don't forget, who's your coach? Who's your coach? It's all about getting good. You see, there's this quote by Malcolm Gladwell. Malcolm Gladwell says that it takes over 10,000 hours for you to be an authority or expert on any given thing or subject. Now, there's a whole lot of people. I read a Harvard report recently that said, no, it doesn't take 10,000 hours. All right, they can debate all day. We're not here to debate. We'll let them debate. We'll focus on you practicing, rehearsing, getting good, and having fun, all right? And repeating the process. But here's one thing that they all agreed on, even though they don't agree on the number of hours. Okay, they don't agree. Here's what they do agree on. They agree that deliberate practice, rehearsals, and repeated activities, they agree that exponentially increases your odds of success. But it only increases your odds of success if you're practicing, rehearsing, repeating, and getting good at the right things. That's where the coach comes in. That's where the coach comes in. People who work with a coach, they grow. Their results are awesome. They're awesome. Your results should be awesome. Who's your coach? That's the word for the day. Who's your coach? Yeah, This is why I say this, because, I say this because it's extremely important. It's extremely important because the world needs your message. The universe needs to hear your message. There's some little kid or some adult or some senior citizen, some person who's going through something in their life right now that they've never been through before. And they're at a point where they think that there's nothing they can do. Some of them, they're thinking about throwing in the towel. They're thinking about giving up. They've got a list of excuses that's so long. They could write about these excuses in the Harvard Review. Actually, they write about them. They write about them. And if you never share your story, and people, if you never share your true story, if you never share that story, and those people, they never hear your story, somebody's going to commit suicide. Some person's going to stay in domestic violence or domestic abuse. Some person is going to jump in their vehicle under the intoxication of alcohol or drugs. And they're going to kill somebody. Somebody's life's going to end up horribly wrong because you didn't share your story. You didn't share your story and let them know that there was an alternative. So that's why I'm here. That's where I come in. That's where me and my team come in. We come in to help you share your story, to craft your story correctly. We come in to make sure that you're practicing, rehearsing, repeating, getting good, and that you're working on the right things for the right reasons. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready to hear your story. I'm ready to see you on stage sharing your story. I'm ready to hear what you're going to do in the world. They used to have this saying, don't talk about it, be about it. All right? But I want you to be about it, and I want to help you talk about it. But I want to help you to do more than just talk. I want to help you craft your message in a way that it moves the audience from here to there. Here to there. That's what we're going to do. We need your story. I want to hear your story. Listen, I haven't heard from you lately. Here's the email. success@powerhousemotivations.com. Send me a message and tell me a little bit about your story. Tell me how you believe your story can change a life. How can your story change the world? You see, I already know that your story can change the world. Yeah. I know that your story can change the world. That's why I'm here. 63 videos. Do you think I would be doing 63 videos if I didn't believe that your story could change the world? Do you believe that I would share these with you for free if I didn't believe that your story could change the world? I believe it. Do you believe it? Are you ready? This is public speaking tip number 35. Practice, rehearse, repeat, and get good. And while you're at it, I want you to think about who's your coach? Who's helping you? Did you ever get that book? We'll talk about it in the next video, friend. Hey, have an awesome evening. It's been good. I love it when we do this. Freestyling. I'll see you next time.